Some of the biggest discoveries and some of the work I'm most proud of is mixing things together that we don't really know if they'll work. We have like a hunch that something about this combination might be interesting. The main lesson I've learned is not to overthink what I do in science and just to try it and see what I find. I'm Daniel Straus, postdoctoral research associate at Princeton University, and I am the 2021 Blavatnik Regional Award winner in chemistry. The questions I'm trying to answer with my research are how materials behave when they interact with light or electricity. So the first discovery I'm being recognized for is that I resolved a mystery of why a material that was interesting for solar cells is not stable in the environment. And it's a material called cesium lead iodide. And we saw that in this particular material, the cesium cation is a little bit too small. The cesium ends up bouncing around, which destabilizes the material. By figuring out what makes this material unstable, my work provides a foundation for eventually developing new, stable materials that can be incorporated into next-generation solar cells. So the second discovery is that I was working with two molecules that are both very high symmetry. And what I found is that when you combine these two molecules in the right way, we end up forming a material that's chiral, which means it has a handedness. Just as you can't shake a right hand with a left hand, chiral molecules can only react with other molecules that match their particular orientation. So it's very unusual that we're able to do this, because usually if you want to make a chiral material, you have to start with chiral molecules, a molecule that itself isn't symmetric. You'll have a left-handed and a right-handed version, like is what's used in the body and in a lot of medicines. I created a brand new technique to make chiral materials out of very simple non-chiral molecules, which makes all kinds of new materials possible. I grew up in New York City, so between my junior and senior year of high school, I did a summer research program with the New York Academy of Sciences. And it was my first experience working in a lab and seeing what like real scientists did every day. It was the start of me seeing like, whoa, what else is there to science than just sitting in a classroom and learning. Overall, what I really like about science is that I can do things that are intellectually stimulating and find new information. Whether or not it is particularly useful to change the world in that moment, it might be very useful and important later on.